Hello, my name is Sergio Del Amo. In this video, I'm going to show you the default test environment that will be applied when you run your application test. So I have here a controller, which I created just to show you that the test environment will be output by default when you run your test. So the controller uses dependency injection. It uses actually constructor injection to inject the application context. Then it retrieves the environment, and from the environment retrieve the active names. Those are the active environment names. That's a set of strings. And I am returning that in a map. Micronaut by default assumes that you talk JSON, and thus it will serialize this map into a JSON object. I have then a test, which is a JUnit 5 test. It is annotated with a Micronaut test that will start the application. In the test, it has a single test which injects the Micronaut HTTP client as a test parameter pointing to our server, hence the add client annotation pointing to our root of the project. We are getting the blocking HTTP client because that's typically what you will use in the test scenario, and I am using the retrieve method, which essentially will return only the mapped body of the request. I am doing a get request against the default root, which was my controller. You saw in my controller that I didn't have any value either in the controller or in the get annotations, and I have here I want the body of the response to be converted to a map of strings with a set of strings as the value of the map. I am checking that the response contains environments key in the map, and then I'm checking actually that the test is in the environment. As you see, I'm not specifying here any test environment. Micronaut will detect that you are running a test, and it will include the test environment by default. So let me run the test, and the test should pass. And if I run the app now, so you see that here the controller is actually returning like environments test as a JSON object. If I run the app now, you see that the application didn't start in any particular environment. You see that there is no like environment here. And actually, if I do a curl request to localhost and show you, so if I do curl localhost 8080, we're going to return an empty map, so no environments are applied by default. So yeah, that's what I wanted to show you. By default, when you run your test, the test environment will be applied by default. So leverage that to your advantage. For example, you could have here you could create here a file called source test resources application test.properties, for example, if you are using properties configuration, and you could basically contribute to configuration only for your test class path. So yeah, don't need to specify that you are running your test in the test environment. That will be done by Micronaut by default, and that's what I wanted to show you. Thanks for watching.